Hey guys, it's Austin Awkward. I'm Adam, and on top of that, I am sick. So, I reposition myself here. So if I sound a little off, that's because I'm feeling pretty bad, and it's a bummer because I got a race tomorrow. The Jingle Bell, the Jingle Run for the Arthritis Foundation is tomorrow. So I got to run 5K with this going on. That's gonna be interesting. Quick story. About 10 years ago now, I was on a road trip headed up north to the beautiful state of Maine, vacation land, if you will, with my parents and my new wife. And we're headed up 95 corridor. We get off pretty late in the evening to stop at a rest stop. I decide I'm going to grab like a Coke Zero probably because I love Coke Zero. And so I grab the Coke Zero and I go up to the register and start, the normal, hey, how you doing with the cashier? And she responds with a very thick accent, which for me, and you have to understand this, I think people from other places, other countries specifically, are very interesting. So when I hear an accent, it's a dead giveaway. This person is from, yes, that's right, another country who might have something very interesting to share about that. So I immediately start up a conversation with her about her accent, where is it from, and learn I've even forgotten where she's from now, but from some Eastern European country. And oh, it's so interesting. And we go back and forth for a little while. And after a minute or two, I hear my dad saying, hey, we're headed back out to the car getting ready to go. And so I say, okay, well, nice to meet you. And I head out to the car myself, having met a new person from a new country. I said, wow, that was kind of cool. Get into the car, and immediately, wife gives me the evil eye, and I got punched in the arm. I said, what are you doing? And I said, what do you mean, what am I doing? He said, like, you're flirting with that girl. I said, I wasn't flirting with that girl. I was just talking to her. She was interesting. I'd talk to anybody like, who was interesting. I even talk to cashiers who aren't interesting. It's kind of my deal. I just go up and try to engage them in conversation because their days are monotonous and boring, and I'm either going to make it a little bit better or a little bit worse, but I'm going to do something. Yeah, she did not see it that way. In fact, I think even my mom mentioned that my behavior might have been a little inappropriate. So it was at that very moment I realized that perception was indeed reality. And despite the fact that I didn't think I'd done anything wrong and I was just doing what I normally do, having a conversation with a person, excuse me, having a conversation with a person I had met from another country, which seemed interesting to me, Mrs. didn't seem that way. And I also had the realization that if I wanted to have a happy marriage, and I was going to have to start looking to find a way to see life through my wife's eyes and not my own, and understand that her perception is what's most important when it comes to things like, oh, I don't know, communicating with the opposite sex. And so I tried to. I think I've done a pretty good job since then, but at the very least, it was a truck stop in New Jersey or a rest stop in New Jersey, and a girl from uh, an Eastern European country that almost caused my new marriage into divorce. Well, I guess it's a bit of an exaggeration, but if I title this video "Divorce," it's going to get more views. So that's the way we went with it. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in today. Real quickly, just a couple of these left. We're almost at the end of the year. Oh my goodness! And I'm working on my resolutions for next year because that was the deal. This is one of my resolutions this year. I've been very happy. I did indeed run the. I did indeed. I did indeed do the Bloomsday run, and I've almost finished doing these videos. I even added reading through the Bible in a year, so that was going real well. Next year, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm open to suggestions. I'm thinking right now about giving up caffeine, or maybe trying to memorize a book of the Bible. There's a couple options on the table. So if you've got some ideas, feel free to post it in whatever media you are currently viewing this video. Feel free to comment or post or whatever, and let me know what you think I should do for my New Year's resolution next year. All right, guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you joining me.